07380. Hey, Janice!
We have breaking news from the Department of Justice, specifically from the super important Southern District of New York, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan, where President Trump had his residence until recently and where all his companies are headquartered. The U.S. Attorney in SDNY, Jeff Berman, is out in what appears to be a Friday night news dump. Attorney General William Barr announcing the change late tonight after the close of business, saying, quote, "I'm pleased to announce that President Trump intends to nominate Jay Clayton to serve as the next U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York." Well, what about the one who's there now? But the news like this, coming like this on a Friday night, it's, of course, drawn immediate questions. The former U.S. Attorney at SDNY, Preet Bharara, saying, quote, "Doesn't sound like stepping down." Quote, "Why does the president get rid of his own hand-picked U.S. attorney at SDNY on a Friday night, less than 5 months before the election?" I should mention that SDNY has been in the news related to President Trump this week, and John Bolton's forthcoming book, the former national security advisor, reportedly says that the president was willing to fire the leadership at SDNY as part of an effort to kill prosecutions that he wanted killed so that he could basically give those killed prosecutions as a gift to the leader of Turkey. The Turkish president wanted a particular prosecution killed, and Trump thought that he could and maybe should do so by ousting the existing leadership at SDNY and putting in different people. Joining us now by phone is former FBI General Counsel and MSNBC contributor Andrew Weissman, who knows a little bit about this part of the world. Mr. Weissman, Andrew, thank you very much for making time.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Do you know anything about this, and what is your reaction to it?
So I know what you know. So there are two reactions I have. One is, as you know, the Southern District is known as the Sovereign District of New York because it's fiercely independent. And so this is a real slap at that independence. It's the first time I can think of in memory where someone has been nominated and someone's going to be the acting U.S. attorney who has not actually come from that office. And the second is it's pretty, either, depending on how you look at it, ingenious or devious, because the nomination isn't really the key thing, because that may or may not go through. But simultaneously, the Attorney General has announced that he is going to have an acting U.S. attorney, that's the U.S. attorney in New Jersey, and that person gets to act for 6 months. So if you do the math, that gets them to the election.
Andrew, I'm going to tread carefully here and be very transparent about this. I have heard lots of rumors over the past couple of years, and you have heard lots of rumors, and lots of people have discussed the rumors that SDNY has received pressure from William Barr since he's been Attorney General. And it's very opaque. It's hard for us to know what happens when those things happen. If something improper happened here, either now that led to this ousting of Mr. Berman or the resignation of Mr. Berman, or if something improper happened in the past during Berman's tenure, will he be free to discuss that once he is out of the U.S. Attorney's Office?
So one way that he could easily be free to do that is he could be subpoenaed by the House. And then any claim of privilege that could be asserted would be on much shakier grounds. And I also think that there are enough independent career people in the Southern District of New York that you'd be likely to hear about it.
Andrew Weissman, former Justice Department official, thank you very much for your time tonight, joining us on zero notice on a Friday night. I really appreciate it, Andrew.
No problem.
All right. That is going to do it for us tonight. But you know what? It's Friday night. Anything could happen. Now it's time for the last word. Ali Velshi in for Lawrence tonight. Good evening, Ali.